wondered the difference between DTF and screen printing? Well, I've done both. Today, we're actually gonna take a chance and look at each of them close up and get a better feel for which one may be better for you in your business. Before we get started, let's jump into the basics. So DTF stands for direct to film. It is basically you're printing out an image, often one that has tons of color like this one, and then you're using an adhesive to cure the image and the ink into the paper. You're then pressing it and sealing everything together. I'm gonna show you a close-up of this so you get a feel for what it looks like. DTF gives you a smooth, bold, and super vibrant image. However, some of the things to consider is that it feels like it's on top of the shirt and not infused into the shirt. I have heard of some sprays that can help it feel a little bit more infused, like Magic Seal, but I haven't tried them personally myself. If you have, drop it in the comments. Let me see how it works for you. Then we have screen printing. Screen printing is a little bit different. Screen printing, the process is actually taking Plastisoil ink and actually pressing it through a mesh onto a garment. After you do that, you actually heat in the garment to make sure the ink infuses into the material, and then that's it. Both of these options work really well. It all depends on the type of product you're producing. Here's the close-up of the screen printed designs. You can see how the ink bonds directly into the fabric. It's soft, flat, and has a true retail feel. It's one of those finishes that just looks clean no matter how many times you wash it. So when do I use DTF? I typically use DTF when a client is asking for a more complicated design, when a client has 1 to 5 designs and they're all unique. When I use screen printing, it's usually when I'm doing a huge bulk order. So screen printing, this design itself is a single color design. I often use screen printing when I have to do a field day shirt or family reunion shirt.
If you haven't already, like the video.
Let's press both options so you see how it is to do it at home. So this is just a simple Gildan cotton shirt, 100% cotton. I am going to feed my shirt. If you haven't seen my video about how to get the perfect placement every time, check it out. It's in the shorts. Feeding my shirt on. I'm just gonna press it down. Just gonna do about quick 7 seconds. Line up your shirt in the center. I also can make sure all of the sizes and the edges are fine. So 3-finger rule is right here. So that's why we say it's 3 fingers, it's right at the red line. But sometimes our hands be moving, things be all over. This just helps me get that center line that I was saying. So I put it all there, making sure I am all lined up on my edges. I fold my design in half, just so I know where the center is on the actual transfer. Then I'm placing it on. So center meets center. I already pre-pressed my shirt. I'm making sure my letters line up. So now I know what I'm working with. I could actually put it under or on top. Sometimes if it's vinyl, I use the top part. But if it's screen print transfer, I know my center line. I'm moving that. And then I'm lining my letters up to that red. Everything looks even. There we go. That's where my letters will fall. Press for 7 seconds and it's a hot peel. This pops up hard, y'all. There we go. And it's a hot peel, clean and clean. Then I'm pressing again. This I typically just do about 5 seconds on top, and it's a fresh press. I'm done. Again, perfect. So now we're gonna do the back. And the back side, I'm just gonna put the DTF. Feeding the same way, so the back of my shirt levels out. I got my center screen, got everything all lined up. Still, same thing, inches total, and then I'm gonna put my design at the red line, which gives me 4 inches. So this is the DTF heating is a little bit different. So let me switch the heat press to that. I set my machine to 300. This is a 8 to 10 second press for the DTF, and it is a hot peel. So I'm just lining everything back up. Again, I'm just gonna fold my design so everything is centered. Okay. Design is folded, then I'm putting it right on that red line, lining my letters up. Again, I could do it on top, or I could push it under. Sometimes it just depends on what you have and your visibility. So that's centered. for me. Pull my tool away and we're about to press. Again, this is 300. This is for 10 seconds and it's a heavy pressure. And this is a hot peel. So hot peel. I'm gonna use some Teflon and then we're gonna press again just to seal everything in. Okay, there we go. See it? And the other side, see it? So let me get you a little close up. See, it's like in the fibers a little bit. And then on the other half, this is DTF. Again, still like looks pretty good, stretches pretty good in the material. I'm stretching, y'all, I'm stretching. So it all depends on what works for you. Screen print, back is DTF. So as we went over, it's all about what's best for your business. If you have a fewer designs, go with DTF. If you have bulk orders, go with screen printing. And again, the biggest thing is do not do these in-house if you don't have to. Having all of the machines, the proper ventilation, all of those things cost funds that we don't want to spend. So instead of doing it in-house, outsource. I'll drop in the comments below just 2 sources that I use. They don't pay me, so you use them, but those are 2 that I recommend that I ultimately, that I use for my clients on a regular basis, and I've had no issue with quality. So if you enjoyed this content, like and subscribe to the channel and join me on the next one. Bye.